right. We are we? Are we on the air? We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back for another night of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be starting the first game of a 3-game series against the Oakland Athletics at Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. I think that's what they still call it. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal BW here. I'm known as the Bird Watcher. They call me BW for short. That works for me. How are you doing there, Charm City chat? Are you ready for some late night baseball out on the West Coast again? I sure am. We've got a doozy here tonight. Oakland. This is going to be our last trip to the city of Oakland, I guess, as the A's will probably be playing somewhere else next year. My best guess is Sacramento. I think that's already final, right? They're going to play Sacramento next year in one way or the other. So this is the final trip to Oakland, which I'm feeling a little bit sentimental about. Yes, this A's franchise has been pretty much a disaster for quite some time. They've had that Moneyball era that worked out pretty well for them. But in general, since the days of Canseco, McGuire, Eckersley in the late 80s, it's been a tough go for this franchise. But in the 70s and 80s, this Oakland A's franchise was something else. I got to tell you, we'll talk more about it. I mean, back in the early 70s, folks, these two teams were the best. The best. So it's going to be Albert Suarez against Hogan Harris, a left-hander on the mound for the A's tonight. Let me say welcome in to those who might be new to my channel. I'm always mixing up how to do this introduction thing, but if you are new to the channel, welcome in, and just understand this channel is devoted to covering live Orioles play-by-play for every single ball game. We are, 87 games into the season now? The Orioles have a record of 55-32. So tonight, game number 88. Hey, 8 is a special number for Oriole fans. We've got game 88 tonight. So yeah, if you're new, here's the deal. Think about subscribing to the channel. This is a dedicated Orioles channel. It's for everybody out there, Orioles fans, but if you're a fan of baseball in general, I think you might like what we do here. So give it a try, and if you like it, think about subscribing. We got the Charm City chat here. You only need to subscribe for 1 minute, and then you'll be able to chat along with everybody else. And yeah, give it a try. That's my best sales pitch because I am running a little bit late. We're only 5 minutes away from first pitch. The lineups are right there in front of you, and I'm going to go ahead and work on getting the ball game up. Take a look at the lineups if you would like. I'll read over them here in a second. Just got to be sure this game is up without any issues. Right now, the Yankees are playing the Red Sox. Classic rivalry between those two. Always a must-see event. They had a rain delay early in the ball game, so that game is still going on. I believe the Yankees were ahead 3-1 last I checked. Let's see here. This appears to be frozen right now. I don't like that. All right. Let's see if this works. You got to be kidding me with this. I don't know why this channel's been giving me issues lately. All right, looks like it's ready to go. Your lineups for your Baltimore Orioles tonight. Gunnar Henderson leads off and plays shortstop. Adley Rutschman will DH tonight and bat second. Ryan Mountcastle's back in the field tonight. He'll be at first base hitting third. Anthony Santander in the cleanup spot will be in right field. Jordan Westberg will play third base tonight, and he will bat fifth. Austin Hayes will hit sixth and play left. Colton Cowser in center field batting seventh. Jorge Mateo hitting eighth and playing second base. And finally, James McCann will catch and bat ninth. For Oakland, I'll have to go over here. Leading off playing center field, J.J. Bleday. In left field, batting second, Miguel Andujar. Brent Rooker is the DH. He'll hit third. Tyler Soderstrom is the first baseman in the cleanup spot. Shea Langoliers is the catcher, batting fifth. Zach Geloff is at second base, hitting sixth. Lawrence Butler in right field, hitting seventh. Brett Harris is at third base hitting eighth. And finally, Max Schumann is the shortstop batting ninth. Again, Hogan Harris, a lefty on the mound here for the A's. A 1-2 record. I think this is his sixth start, or he has made 6 starts in this A's rotation. Folks, if you take a look at the A's on the season, in terms of position players and pitchers that have been used, I mean, it's like trying to look at a spring training guide in the middle of March, because this team has been through a lot of pitchers in the starting rotation. They've been through a lot of hitters. J.D. Davis was on this team only about a week or so ago, and he was let go and picked up by the Yankees. I guess you guys might have heard about that. They had J.D. Davis hitting cleanup, protecting Aaron Judge in the lineup. That's who the Yankees went out to get to protect Aaron Judge, a guy cut by the A's. I can't believe that didn't work out for him. Right, so there you go. Your lineups, your starting pitchers. First pitch is only a minute or two away. Here are the rules in Charm City chat, folks, as I get my first look at the ballpark. And yeah, there might be 2,000 people here. All right, there looks to be more people outside enjoying a beach boardwalk concert. 76 degrees at game time in Oakland. Oh, the weather is beautiful. 76 degrees in the middle of July. Wow. According to the Oakland broadcast team, it's going to be pumping and it's going to be rocking tonight. As I see, I don't know, about 3 people per section scattered around the ballpark. Okay, if it's going to be rocking, all right. We'll see how that works out. This big-ass ballpark. All right. Here are the rules for Charm City chat, folks. They're pretty self-explanatory and very reasonable. First of all, please no spoilers in the chat. If you are watching this game along with me, that's no problem. But if you're ahead of me, that kind of is a problem. It's not going to help your experience. What you're going to want to do is have that remote in your hand and pause the game as soon as the first out of the ball game is recorded. As soon as you see a strikeout, a runner thrown out at first base, or a pop-up caught by a player, just pause your game, and then as soon as I catch up, make the announcement of that same out. Then you unpause your game, and you'll be synced up with me for the rest of the night. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you might be a couple of seconds behind the game on your own TV, but if you're hanging out with me, you're going to want to be synced up with me, believe me. No politics talk, please, folks. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Not getting anybody anywhere outside of my channel. It's certainly not going to solve anything here. Also, any sports betting talk, a brief mention of something, an occasional passing mention is fine, but if you make a regular habit out of it, we're going to have to put a stop to it. It's just something we don't try to encourage around here. We're here to watch a ball game. And finally, folks, just don't insult each other. I mean, teasing, what have you, is okay. First pitch of the ball game to Gunnar Henderson from Hogan Harris is a called strike, a 92-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball, and we are underway in Oakland. Next pitch is off the plate outside, 1-1 to Gunnar, who's batting .289 coming into today's action. Yeah, so folks, just no personal insults toward each other, else we'll have to put you in the timeout. Here's a breaking ball called a strike, a slider that caught below the zone, but Harris gets the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gunnar Henderson. Next pitch, ooh, that looked like it had the outside edge. Okay, so the umpire is giving the low call, but not giving the outside edge. I guess that evens up the count. 2-2, and hit on the ground toward the right side and through the hole. A base hit for Gunnar Henderson. Ball not hit all that hard. A soft grounder, but it finds the hole between second and short. And the leadoff man is on. And I didn't even have this screen up when Gunnar was on. By the way, folks, 42 away from 15 hundo. Let's try to get up to 1470 tonight. That's only a dozen new subs. I think 1470 is a pretty reasonable goal. Adley Rutschman coming up now. Gunnar at first. Batting from the right side. He takes off the plate outside for ball 1. All right. Let's set the tone early. In fact, I am going to hang out over here because your boy wants a rally. Rutschman is 0 for his last 13. That's why he's down in the 280s right now, as this pitch is also outside. 2-0 the count. So Gunnar had a bit of a mini slump, which he broke out of in yesterday's ball game. Or I guess, yeah. And so now Adley, it's his turn to get out of this mini funk as he looks at a pitch for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just getting started, folks. Top of the first in Oakland. First game of 3. Gunnar Henderson at first. Nobody out. Adley Rutschman with a 2-1 count. And the pitch is popped foul and out of play. Count even up at 2-2. Brennan Miller is the home plate umpire. And he is asking for time on behalf of Rutschman. Adley back in the box. Miller gets this, Harris gets the sign. The pitch, that's a line drive and a diving stop at third base. Long throw, and they got him. What a play over there. Brett Harris, third baseman. Is he a household name? No. In fact, I would say most A's fan might not know who this kid is. But Brett Harris with a nice play at third to take a hit away from Adley Rutschman. Gunnar Henderson is at second base now. So at least that puts a runner in scoring position for Ryan Mountcastle, who swings at a first pitch and misses. Mount hitting .273, 11 homers, 41 driven in. 0-1 count on Ryan Mountcastle. The pitch is hit toward the right side and out of play. Foul ball, no balls, 2 strikes. Gunnar at second, 1 out, top of the first. How you doing there, Charm City chat? We got Matt here, Chippy, Base, Rob, Baxter. Familiar faces here on a late night. This pitch is high. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, overthrown there by Hogan Harris. There's some Oriole shirts in the crowd. 1-2 count on Mountcastle, and that's a swing and a miss. Harris strikes him out on a 4-seamer. Top half of the zone, outer half of the plate. It wasn't on the edge. Looked hittable enough, but Mountie could not get to it. 2 down. Folks, let's get some taters up in the chat for the first time tonight, and let's do it quick. We're going to need for the folks tuning in tonight, first pitch is a slider in the dirt. The catcher, Langoliers, has to go pick it up a few feet away with Henderson remaining at second base. Santander at .234. He's slugging an even .500. 22 homers, 56 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the right side. There goes Gunnar. The throw down, and the ball gets away. Get up, Gunnar. Hurry up and get up. He will. He's coming home, and the throw will not be in time. And the throw is way offline. Gunnar Henderson using his speed to make things happen and expose part of the problem of this Oakland A's team, their defense. That'll be a stolen base and an error on the catcher to allow him to score. Langoliers gets the error on a low throw, but the third baseman, who had just made a nice play to get Rutschman, probably should have handled that. Here's a breaking ball that stays up and in, and back Santander off the plate. He's got a 3-0 count now. 1-0 Baltimore here in the top of the first. Henderson has come in to score. He leads Major League Baseball in runs scored. There's a called strike, top of the zone. 3-1 to Santander. Bases are empty now. I suppose we can bring it back on over here. 3-1 pitch is fouled straight back, and the count has gone full. Hey there, Eric. Welcome back. Hey there, Dan. Hey there, Judy. Here's the payoff pitch. This one is lifted toward right field. Long run out there for Butler. He makes the catch as he nears the foul line, flips the ball into the stands for a souvenir. The inning is over. The Orioles jump out to an early lead thanks to Gunnar Henderson. He had a leadoff single, and he got around to third base after a steal, right? How the hell did he get? No, he went to second on a ground out, then attempted to steal third, and the throw got thrown away. He got up and scored. That's how that happened. We go to the bottom of the first. Baltimore 1, Oakland nothing. Short-term memory needs some work. Oakland coming to bat. Cooper hit another home run. Rob, I wouldn't get too excited. Like, it's good that he's, it's always good. Anybody in our system hitting well is good. But his major league track record, look, he might come into play as a backup, sort of first baseman guy that could maybe DH against a right-hander. Excuse me, a left-hander. Cooper can hit lefties okay. Righties not so much. At least that's been his major league track record. I was watching who could be traded to the Orioles upgrades at backup catcher and starting pitching this morning with Rosenthal. He said teams trading for Scherzer would only have to pay $3 or $4 million. And that's what I'm saying. I don't mind giving up like a Connor Norby for a Max Scherzer for a rental and pay her $3 or $4 million for the luxury of a guy that could go out there and once or twice in a postseason playoff series be a dominant pitcher. I mean, I like the idea of adding Scherzer. I think the Rangers are going to be out of it. They're 9 games under 500. I mean, there aren't too many teams that are already completely out of it, but they kind of are. All right, here we go. J.J. Bleday. Albert Suarez is on the mound. Hey, hey, hey. Here's the first pitch of the day. And it's a fastball in there for a called strike. Bleday hitting .237. Swing and a miss on the Suarez curveball, which I'd like to see more of from Albert. A good one there. Got him to chase one below the zone. No balls and 2 strikes. And he gets him there with the changeup. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Suarez, fastball, curveball, and then a changeup with a swing and a miss. See you later, J.J. Bleday. This is Suarez's 11th start of the season. He's also made some relief appearances. 4-2 record, 2.43 ERA. One more out, and he'll be up to 60 innings pitched on the season. Here's Miguel Andujar, right-handed hitter with a .293 average. He was one of the acquisitions in the offseason to help bolster this depleted A's roster. And he's done great with the .293 average. Just 2 home runs, though, 15 RBI. This one's hit off to the left side and foul into the A's bullpen area. Of course, that's one of the major sort of standout parts of this Oakland ballpark is the mammoth amount of foul territory along first and third base. Of course, this is an all-purpose stadium that is at one point was the standard sort of stadium design, and now it's definitely become a thing of the past. 1-2 the count on Andujar. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the first. Suarez's next pitch is off the plate outside, 2-2. Hey there, Miss Janet. How you doing, hun? Yeah, so the bullpens are out on the field of play. On the left and right foul line areas. Andujar gets into one. Oh, boy, that sounded hard off the bat. It's got enough on it, and it is gone. Miguel Andujar. Again, the average was good. Not too many in the home run department, but that one was a no-doubt shot. 110 miles an hour off the bat. Suarez gets rocked. That fastball is gone. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the first. Janet, you're never late. Don't worry about it. You never need to apologize. We'll just blame you for this home run right here. Man, that ball was absolutely smoked. Brent Rooker, the batter. And he's the one bat in the lineup you really got to be careful of. Rooker, 273 average, leads the team in homers, RBI, pretty much every major offensive category. Oh, 1 pitch to him is high, 1 ball, 1 strike. $17 homers and 50 RBI on the season. He's slugging .531. OPS at 870, 880. Very good hitter. Only a DH though, not much of a fielder. 2-1 the count on him now. Next pitch from Suarez is low and away. 3-1. Melanie, how you doing, hon? Oh, the ladies love the late night baseball. Rooker hitting .394 with 4 homers in his last 9 games. So just another reason to be careful with him. And careful, I guess, is the play by Suarez, as that is ball 4, not even close. A 1-out walk immediately after giving up a game-tying home run. So once Dean Kramer came back into the rotation a couple of days ago, Brandon Hyde was left with a decision about what to do with what was then a 6-man rotation. Who's going to stay in? Who's going to move? The decision was to put Cole Irvin in the pen. Albert Suarez stays in the rotation. First pitch to Soderstrom is fouled back. Tyler Soderstrom batting .216. And he lines one, but it's right at Gunnar Henderson. He throws to first to try to double off the runner. And that throw was a little bit wild. Mountcastle able to handle it. He had to leave his foot off the base to get it. Not sure if that throw was accurate if he would have doubled off the runner, but I'm just happy Gunnar didn't throw it away. So it's a line out to short. 2 down in the inning. Runner at first base for Shea Langoliers, the Oakland catcher who threw that baseball into left field to give the Orioles their run. First pitch to him is a cut fastball, swung on a miss. A cutter at just 86 miles an hour. Langoliers hitting just .204, but he has 15 homers, 41 driven in. And that one's drilled. Left field and deep, but oh, thank God. Okay. It's going to be in front of the track, caught by Austin Hayes. I don't know if they've just got a microphone attached to the baseball tonight or what, but man, when that ball hits a bat, it is loud. So I might be thinking everything's leaving the park if it's hit to the outfield. It's just a fly ball to left, folks. The inning is over. The A's do tie up the ball game on a solo shot by Miguel Andujar, his 3rd of the season. We go to the second. Orioles 1, A's 1. Oh, boy. Let's see what's going on with that Yankee game. It's still 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Come on, Boston. Come on, Boston. The Yankees have 4 hits and 2 errors. Come on, Boston. There's no 2 teams I hate more. And they're both stinking up the joint, but somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. Who will it be? There are a lot of great matchups this weekend, by the way, in baseball. The White Sox and Marlins are not one of them, but the Phillies and Braves are. I think Houston and Minnesota is an interesting matchup. Also, the Dodgers and Brewers, a couple of first-place teams, are going to be facing off this weekend. I really like that matchup. There's some good matchups this weekend. A lot of interesting baseball to watch. Yankees, Red Sox, always a headliner. Okay, folks, Jordan Westburg, Austin Hayes, and Colton Cowser are going to be due up. What time is tomorrow's Orioles game? I think it's a 4 o'clock start, unfortunately. Let me see here if I can find that information here without leaving the screen. I'll confirm that for you in a little bit unless somebody else does, okay? All right, first pitch of the second inning is a curveball in there to Jordan Westburg for a called strike. Westburg hitting .280. He's slugging over .500. Wow, 14 homers, 49 driven in. I mean, folks, we're more than halfway through the season. Westburg is slugging over .500. Who thought that would be the case? Here's the next pitch, and that one is tagged in the left, going back on it, and that ball is going to bounce just off the top of the wall for a double. Westburg will get into second easily standing, and he just missed a home run by a couple of feet. It's a tall wall pretty much all the way around the outfield here in Oakland, and parts of the wall are a little bit, if you're not familiar with, a little bit difficult to determine what is a home run and what is not. There is a yellow line that indicates, and that ball hit just a couple of feet below it in left field. Leadoff double for Westburg. And that'll bring up Austin Hayes. All right, Hazy, we got one in the scoring position with nobody out. Your job is to get him over. And he goes after the first pitch on a changeup swing and a miss on the outside corner. Hayes hitting .244, 3 homers, 12 driven in. Just got to maybe hit that ball to the right side there, Austin. 0-1 pitch is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. I was going to ask you, B-Dubs, how you feel about Orioles West Coast trips when it comes to your sleep schedule. Oh, post. I'm happy. The problem is I get lured into a false sense of thinking things are normal. As this pitch is swung on and missed, a slider in under the hands. That pitch was inside, but Hayes probably thought he saw a fastball coming. Could not let up on the swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, Hazy. Put it in play now. You've got a specific job to do here, and we're not asking much. Just put it in play. Try to hit it on the right side. He lays off this pitch, a changeup low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, a false sense of security in that, I mean, the next 2 days, the games are going to be 3 o'clock in the morning, my time. So, like tonight, I got to figure out, well, when am I going to start sleeping? When do I make up for it? This 2-2 pitch is low and in, a check swing, and no swing, says the first base umpire. Full count. My bugle used to be so much better. Payoff pitch is line, base hit down the left field line. Oh, send Westburg on home. Austin Hayes has got himself an RBI double. Stand up, back-to-back doubles to lead off the second, and the Orioles are back out on top 2-1. My bugle might need work, but it still works out. As Hayes gets to the fastball, turns on it, keeps it fair, on the line, down the left field line. Westburg just had to jog home. Still nobody out, top of the second, 2-1 Baltimore. Here's Cowser. He's looking to bunt, and he does not bring the bat back. He just plain misses the baseball. All right, let's go ahead and throw away that idea. 0-1 on Cowser. He's hitting .225. Now he's there to swing away. He takes a slider off the plate, and the count even up at 1-1. Here's a check at second, and this ball gets away. What a terrible throw. Going to third base is Austin Hayes. Wow. I mean, this looks like the Oakland team that lost nearly 120 games last season. That was absolutely horrific. Hogan Harris throwing to second base over everybody. Max Schumann was the player at the base. So now a runner at third, still nobody out, and this pitch is up and away to Cowser, 2-1 the count. I mean, I'm going back over here now. And hey, we're 40 away from 1500, folks. The pitch. That one is swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-1 Baltimore, top of the second. The Orioles have a runner 90 feet away with nobody out. Colton Cowser at the plate. The A's have already made 2 errors, and there is yet to be an out recorded in the second inning. The infield is playing up toward the edge of the infield grass. 2-2 pitch. Upstairs, full count. Fastball missing high from Harris. The payoff pitch is in the dirt, ball 4. Langoliers has to go retrieve the baseball that got away. Everybody holds because now the bases are loaded with nobody out. Here comes Jorge Mateo. And there are a few full-body cow suits in the Oakland crowd. Only 3 of them, but considering this attendance, that makes up about 3%. We've already got a meeting on the mound here between the pitching coach, the pitcher, catcher, shortstop, and second baseman. Home plate umpire comes out to break it up. Brandon Hyde chilling on the bench for a change, not leaning up against the railing. It's very seldom that I see Brandon Hyde just sitting on the dugout bench. I guess they don't have that railing for him to lean on here in Oakland. No railing, you just have to stick your knee up. All right, here we go. First and third. Wait a minute, I thought the bases were loaded. What happened? What did I miss? I thought we loaded up the bases. It's first and third? All right, I'm an idiot. First and third. If I said bases loaded, I apologize. The 1-0 to Mateo is swung on and missed. A changeup from Harris. Count even up at 1-1. 2-1 Baltimore. Mateo asks for time. The A's are now playing more in a double play sort of depth. They'll trade 2 outs for a run here. 1-1 pitch is lined, and that's right at the third baseman. Smoked. But unfortunately, Mateo could not hit it higher than glove height. Right at somebody. I mean, right at Harris at third base. I mean, you cannot throw a baseball to somebody any more accurately than that ball was hit. Okay, so first out of the inning. McCann at the plate, and he looks at a called strike. All right, so this is where I really want to see James McCann do something. Come on. We just had a bit of an unlucky out there for the first out of the inning. Everybody else has hit the ball hard. First and third, 1 down. You got to drive in a run here, buddy. This pitch is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. McCann is hitting .217. He did have a couple of hits in his last start. Harris is already up to 40 pitches with just 1 out in the second. This pitch is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we are in the middle of a rally here, so we're on the sub screen. Gives us a little bit of luck. It's 2-1 Baltimore right now. 1 out, runners at first and third. The 1-2 pitch to James McCann is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Was that 2-hit game for McCann just last night? Man, I tell you what. Everything is just a blur in my head calling all these games. The pitch is upstairs, and now the count has gone full on McCann. Gunnar Henderson is on deck. The payoff pitch. Swung on, grounded foul, left side, over toward the Oakland bullpen. We'll do it again, folks. We'll do it again. Hogan Harris is on the ropes. A 3-2 to McCann. And another foul ball. This one hit straight back. 45 pitches for Harris, with 1 out in the second. How you doing, Nicholas? That's a nice tidbit there, Calvin. I remember Langoliers being a huge pick for them, and they had a lot of hope in him. This 3-2 pitch is high for ball 4. James McCann draws a walk in front of Gunnar Henderson, who comes up with the bases loaded. Man, talk about not a good time to walk somebody. Hogan Harris walks McCann to load him up for Gunnar. Again, that run he scored to begin the ballgame, number 76, 6 more than anybody else in baseball. First pitch to Gunnar is off the plate outside for ball 1. Again, folks, bases loaded, 1 out, 2-1 Baltimore, top of the second, and a chance to blow it open. Henderson at the plate, a 1-0 count, the pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. That had plenty of the plate. Gunnar looked like he was in the mood to take until he saw a strike. Well, now he got one, and the count is 1-1. Pitch is top of the zone. Harris does not get the call. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. That could have been called either way, and that should officially been a strike. The 2-1 pitch is low. Ball 3. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a 3-1 count to Gunnar. Come on, baby. The pitch. Right in there for a strike, and Gunnar surprisingly did not even turn his body to offer at it, as if he was taking all the way. Full count. "51 pitches for Harris already. He is not going to last long tonight, even if he does work his way out of this. Bases loaded, 1 out. The payoff pitch is a called strike 3. Gunnar Henderson had tossed his bat over. He's shaking his head, but Gunnar, I'm sorry, that was a strike. That was right on the outside edge, bottom of the zone. Tough to watch. He got one of the best hitters in baseball up there with the bases loaded, and he walks away without swinging the baseball bat. 2 down. It's going to be up to Adley Rutschman to try to cash in something here. And, man, it would be such a huge loss to not do more than score once in this inning. Bases loaded, 2 down. Rutschman has ball 1. Next pitch is in the dirt. 2-0 the count. All right, come on. We're getting more. We're getting more out of this. Come on. This Hogan Harris, he don't have it. He don't have it. Adley's got one of the best eyes at the plate. Yeah, maybe a slam or maybe a walk. That is a called strike. Bottom of the zone on the inside corner. Just catching the zone there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Harris, 35 pitches in the inning. And this one's low and in. 2-1 the count. Not even close with the changeup. There is action already in the Oakland pen. Tyler Ferguson, a right-hander, getting loose. I'll take a base-clearing double. I'll take a walk. There's a lot of things I'll take. A 3-1 count, folks. Here it comes. And that one is lined down the right field corner, but foul. Full count. The Orioles have absolutely pushed Hogan Harris to his limit, throwing his 58th pitch of the ball game here in the second. Bases loaded, 2 down, full count on Adley Rutschman. The payoff pitch. Swung on and grounded foul off to the left. We'll do it again. We will do it again. It was 3-1 for a moment. It's 3-2 now and still 3-2 after that foul ball. Another payoff pitch to Rutschman coming. Here it is. Upstairs, ball 4. Your boy called it. Just take your base, Adley. This guy doesn't have it. Coming in to score is Austin Hayes. 3-1 Baltimore now. Ryan Mountcastle's due up next, and boy, if they don't have that righty ready to go, let's get in one more big righty bat against this lefty. And let's clear the bases. The first pitch to Mountie is high for ball 1. Mountcastle, career with the bases loaded, a .270 average and 37 at-bats with a couple of grand slams. 1-0 pitch. Lifted into the air, right side. It could be trouble. A long run into foul ground. Butler makes the catch right on top of the bullpen pitching mound. And the inning is over. The Orioles do score twice, but they also leave a lot of runners out there. I guess we'll take it. We move on to the bottom of the second. The Orioles with a 2 spot. It's 3-1 Baltimore. My goodness. And Hogan Harris, his day might be over. I don't want it to be over. Maybe they'll bring him out there again. Bring him on out. There's one way to look at it, my friend. Put that shite over the wall, Mountie. The man, apparently one of the members of Train Spotting, tuning in tonight. I'll put that shite over the wall. Harris's big mistake is he kept falling behind early. Oh, he just doesn't have much command, Eric. He just doesn't have much command at all. First time I've seen this guy pitch. Red Sox tied it up in the 9th? You're kidding. You're kidding. Yes. Yes. Even if this game, I don't care what I care. I want Boston to win. But the fact that Boston scored twice in the 9th and the Yankees blew this, did Clay Holmes blow the save? Clay Holmes blew the save. Yankees! How you doing? How you doing? Yankees! How you doing? How you doing? Folks, the Yankee Nation is in absolute chaos right now, and your boy is loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. Hey, here's a trivia question for you. Reggie Jackson, who had a lot of great years with the Oakland A's, he was a Baltimore Oriole for a season. Name the season. First to do it wins chatter of the night. What year did Reggie play for the Orioles? Bottom of the second, Zach Geloff will lead it off. First pitch is low and away for ball 1. Geloff hitting just .201. Oh, you guys are way off. Reggie wasn't even... You guys are decades off. This one is hit in the air and going to get down for a base hit into center field. A leadoff single for Zach Geloff. And man, if Albert Suarez doesn't have it tonight, is Cole Irvin going to be ready to come in for long relief? I don't know. What's Cole Irvin's role now? There goes Dennis. Dennis has got it. It's the year I was born. 77. At least I'm 99% sure. There is a pitch. Oh, wait a minute. No, 77. Yeah, 76. Because 77, Reggie was Mr. October, right? I take it back. I take it back. Now I have to look it up. Yeah, 77 was the Yankee Mr. October. Oh, man, now I got to look this up. Where is it? Where the heck is it? 76. All right, Paul, you win. Paul's got it. 1 year before. Okay, so I was in the womb that year. All right, here we go. 1-1 pitch to Lawrence Butler is swung on and fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Geloff at first, nobody out, bottom of the second. Paul, you win. That's right. I was just a zygote floating around in that year. All right, this one is upstairs to Butler. And the count even up at 2-2. Suarez needs to find his stuff tonight. Not let this Oakland team back in it. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. There you go, the high heat. Second strikeout of the night for Suarez. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. I was hatched. I'm originally from Ork. Hey, booty smacker. 1 out and a check on Geloff at first base before we see a pitch to Harris. Brett Harris made a nice play in the field back in the first inning. Then was involved in a miscue in the second. This pitch is at the top of the zone for a called strike. Harris hitting 130. 130. All right. That's lower than my heart rate. 0-1 pitch is off the plate outside by some margin. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Red Sox have taken the lead. The Yankees with a 9th inning collapse. Oh, baby. You know what I'm doing after the ball game. Oh, and the Braves are coming back on the Phillies. That's a 2-run game in the bottom of the 9th. Here's a throw down on a base-stealing attempt. Geloff makes it, and the throw gets away. Geloff will get up and go to third. And it's like watching last inning on repeat, just with the teams reversed. It's now the Orioles making mistakes. McCann's throw to second, not handled by Mateo. It was low and into the foot, perhaps, of Geloff. Goes into the outfield. It took Geloff a second to realize he had a chance to get up, but he makes it over to third base now with only 1 out. That's his 11th steal of the season. 1-2 pitch on Harris is swung on and missed. Or is that a foul ball? Damn it, I thought that pitch was caught as a foul tip. All right, 1-2 the count still. Come on, put this guy away. Don't let that runner in at third. The Orioles are playing back with the runner at third. Pitch is high. That would have been a nice pitch on that steal attempt. Almost like a pitch out. Give me some free tickets to the O's Yanks on the 12th. Hey, give me some. Hey, BW, do you know the former retired Blue Jay who was a draft pick by the Orioles? Hold on a sec. Let me think. Swing and a miss on the curveball. A huge strikeout there. Albert Suarez with the K of Harris. for the second out here in the inning with that runner still at third base. So what's the question? Oh, Cedane Rafaela hit a 2-run shot to take the lead in the... Oh, wait a minute. Are we still talking about the... Oh, so it went to extras and then the Red Sox took the lead in the 10th? Oh, that's fantastic. Rafaela with a 2-run homer driving in the ghost run. Hey, Max Schumann at the plate. He takes ball 1. 2 down, runner at third, bottom of the second. 3-1 Baltimore. Schumann, the number 9 hitter in this A's lineup. And he takes a called strike 1-1. And when you're the number 9 hitter in an Oakland A's lineup, that means you should be you should be out. Come on, Albert, let's get out of this little jam here. You would take me to the game if I came to Baltimore. There's a curveball. Schumann shows bunt. Takes the bat back. 2-1 the count on a pitch out of the zone. Yeah, the Orioles, I agree, Nicholas. I mean, that's what happened, I think, when we played the A's at home, as this pitch is fouled away. We lost 2 out of 3 to this A's team at home earlier in the season. I did not take this team lightly at all, and I hope the Orioles remember that series. Every game matters. 2-2 the count. 2 down. The pitch is pop foul. We'll do it again. Bodie, if I come back to Baltimore, you take me to a game. What are we talking, Bodie? Are we talking standing room only on the flag court? Or are we talking, right next to the dugout where I can talk to Brandon Hyde? What kind of take me to a game are we talking here? You getting me a $4 standing room ticket? The 2-2 pitch is pop foul again. That sounds like maybe the bat got broken. Maybe not. Something got broken as they cut to one of the broadcast booths. Apparently that foul ball knocked something over up there. Here's a replay. Oh, the announcer tried to barehand catch it and he dropped it. 2-2 pitch. Curveball. Swung on and missed. Suarez with a beauty on the outside corner at the knees. Schumann strikes out. This inning is over. The Orioles had an error in the inning that allowed a runner to get to third with less than 2 out, but we get out of the jam and we keep a 2-run lead going into the third. It's Orioles 3, A's 1. Janet says she'll chip in for a Boog sandwich. Oh, you don't got to do that, Janet. All I got to do is run down to a bar in the neighborhood, get a crab cake sandwich, stuff it in my pants. I'll walk in. I'm fine. I don't, I love a good Boob barbecue sandwich, but, that stuff's pretty pricey. And give me a solid crab cake sandwich. I just got to go easy on the tartar sauce, especially if I'm carrying it in my pants. That could really turn into a disaster. They talk about you always want to wear a clean pair of underwear in case, you get into a wreck or something. I got to think about that. Smuggling in those crab cake sandwiches. How many booty smacks for one ticket? Definitely not BW. Get some pretty sweet seats right where Santander and Mullins throw the ball, right in the bleachers there, huh? Above the groundskeeper's shed. I bet if B-Dubs comes to Baltimore, we can all chip in for his ticket and have a great meetup party. Hell yeah. I mean, I'd be paying about $1,000 to fly there and back just for travel. I would hope you guys could maybe buy me a beer. I'm getting hot dogs all day long at the stadium since I never had them. Well, go easy there, Base. If you've never had them, don't commit to all day long. You might get sick. I remember when I lived in Maryland, there was this bigger burger shack off 95 somewhere near Baltimore, and it was the best thing. Yeah, I love a good hole-in-the-wall restaurant. All right, here we go, folks. Top of the third. Santander at the plate, and he swings and fouls one back to begin this AB. Folks, get those taters up. I'm trying to follow all of your comments here, but I got to get back to calling the ball game. Is that a crab cake sandwich in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? That's right. They always stop me there at security. They're like, you reek of Old Bay, BW. Something's going on here. Here's a called strike at the bottom of the zone. 1-2 the count on Anthony Santander. All right, apparently, all right. Well, you guys are going to have to also pay for my hospital bill after I eat all this food. This ball's lifted in the air to left off the end of the bat, so it's not going to go too far. It still gets Andujar a step in front of the track in left field as Santander flies out to begin the top of the third. Crab balls. Is that tartar sauce on your zipper? Yeah. See, the man, this was all implied, the man. Your joke was everything I was doing subtle implications of humor. And then you just go out and you just literally just put it out there. You took away all the subtlety. The man. I'm just joking you. Jordan Westburg at the plate. First pitch is a strike. 1 out, runner, no runners. There aren't any runners. We're at top of the third. This pitch is low, and the count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Westburg has a hit tonight. A double, just missed a home run. This one is hit in the air to right. Butler should have a play. He moves into the sunny side of the field and makes the catch for out number 2. So Hogan Harris, after a abysmal second inning where he threw upwards of 40 pitches or more, has gotten 2 quick outs. He has been left out there. And so far, so good here in the third. Austin Hayes at the plate. Bases empty, 2 down. And he takes a curve ball low and away for ball 1. Hayes has already got a base hit and a RBI tonight. He hit the second double of the back-to-back doubles between him and Westburg. This one's hit in the air to left center, and that one's going to get down and split the outfielders. Austin Hayes has got extra bases again. A 2-out double here. His second of the night, only in the third inning. He's got 2 of the Orioles' 4 hits. Austin Hayes is in a mood tonight. All right. Little 2-out magic, perhaps. Colton Cowser, folks. Get those cows up in the chat. This pitch is low to Cowser. Ball 1. 3-1 Baltimore, top of the third. Cowser walked in his last AB. He's got a dozen home runs on the season. How about a baker's dozen? 1-0 pitch. On the outside edge, called a strike, 1-1. I'm sure the meetup happens and we'll all get too drunk. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to fly all the way the hell over there. It's going to be like a 36-hour travel experience for me. I'm going to be dead tired, and I'm going to show up to meet you guys at some designated location, and you're all going to be stinking drunk. Go, hey, Big W. Everyone's going to sound like Harry Carey. Big W. Oh, I've always wanted to meet you. A ball game? What ball game? I don't know. Here, have a natty bow. 1-2 the count on Cowser. 2 down. Runner at second. The pitch. Up and away. 2-2. Hey, come over here. I want you to meet my buddy from Thailand, BW. Come here. No, come here. Get the camera. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ouch. Ugh. Cowser goes after a bad one in the dirt. Inning over. Hogan Harris gives up a double in this inning, but that's it. For him, that was a good inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the third. Excuse me. It's 3-1 Baltimore. I might be a little high if we ever meet up, but never drunk. All right. It would be worth it. For you guys, do you understand what what kind of toll traveling from one side of the planet to the other has on a person? It ain't easy. It ain't easy. It was so weird because when I went back to the States the original first time I came out here, I went to live in Philadelphia. I found an Airbnb place of all things. And I'd booked it, so I'd had a place to live when I came back. And I was traveling back from, LaGuardia? I think LaGuardia. I don't know. New York Airport. Had to pop on a train to take it down to Philly. And I just simply asked one of the two homeowners renting out the Airbnb that, like, hey, are you available maybe to just pick me up from the train station? Because by the time I get there, it'll be 36 hours into, like, I'm dead tired. I don't have one of these phones. Like, I don't have an Uber app or anything. Like, would you mind? And they're like, sure. We'll come pick you up. And then they got mad, like, a couple of weeks later, like, you never gave us any money for picking you up from the airport. And I'm like, oh, I thought you were just doing me a favor. But, all right. I don't know why I shared that story. That was I picked a terrible place to live. The two other people who rented out rooms in this house were really cool, and we all had a nice, got along great. But, man, the people renting it out, they were not so good. Here's a first pitch in the bottom of the third, grounded to second by J.J. Bleday over to Mateo. Mateo throws him out on one pitch. There you go, Albert Suarez. One pitch went out in the bottom of the third. All right. So the Yankees are down to their last out. Thank goodness. I do realize that last little anecdote I shared had zero entertainment value as Andujar lifts one into right field. Santander running toward the foul line, and in foul ground, he makes the catch. A step or two in front of that pitching mound area on the right side. Two down quickly for Albert Suarez. I know, Dan, it's weird times. But let's go Boston. The pitch to Brent Rooker is a called strike on the outside corner. Brooker was walked his first AB. He's up there now with two down, nobody on, bottom of the third. And this pitch bounces off the plate. And the Yankees have lost. The Yankees, who took a lead into the ninth inning at Fenway, implode against Boston. Oh, I love it. I can't wait to soak in all the post-game stuff, all of the reaction stuff during the game by fellow play callers out there like me. Oh, I'm going to soak it all in. 2-1 the count on Brent Rooker. This one's popped up just behind the second base bag on the outfield grass, I should say. Mateo makes the catch, and that's it. Albert Suarez with his best inning of the night by far. 1-2-3. We go to the fourth. It's 3-1 Baltimore. Yanks have been more than struggling, O-Bird fan. Here's the deal with the New York Yankees. Folks, when they called up Garrett Cole, not to say that it's a direct result, but this is when everything started to fall apart for the Yankees. Part of me thinks they might have rushed Garrett Cole back. I mean, the fact that he started his first game against us and he'd only go 4 innings on a pitch count of 55, 60? Here is an absolute fact. The New York Yankees, before Cole Irvin arrived on the roster, had the best ERA for a team in all of Major League Baseball. Since Garrett Cole has returned that day against us, from that day up until going into today, the worst ERA of any team in baseball belongs to the New York Yankees. They have gone from the best ERA pre-Garrett Cole to now the worst ERA post-Garrett Cole. Now, the post-Garrett Cole sample size isn't nearly as large as the pre-Garrett Cole sample size. But the whole thing we were worried about was, man, the Yankees pitching already looks really good, and now they got Garrett Cole back. Oh, apparently it's just absolutely gone the topsy-turvy. Cole may not be ready. Luis Gil apparently is running out of gas. Nestor Cortez, Carlos Rodon are starting to pitch more like they did last year. So the pitching staff has fallen apart. And then you got Giancarlo Stanton, who's not healthy. Sorry, Giancarlo, in case there's one person out there that might have a problem with my pronunciation. So you've got basically a two-man lineup. And that's why the Yankees are tanking right now. They're playing pretty much as bad as anybody in baseball for 3 weeks. All right, folks, here we go. Top of the fourth. Hogan Harris still out there, 75 pitches into the game through 3 innings. That's an average of 25 per inning. Aren't I good at math? First pitch to Mateo is a curveball up and away for ball 1. By the way, Fitzy, thank you for coming in and bringing along your people from your stream. We did see there that the Red Sox came back to win, and we're very happy about it as Mateo takes inside for ball 2. 2-0 to Jorge Mateo, leading off the top of the fourth, 3-1 Baltimore. Called strike, bottom of the zone, 2-1. 2-1 pitch to Mateo is that is a swing and a foul ball out of play. I forgot how to talk there. I don't know why. Oh boy. I needed an all-star break myself. Hey, we got a day off coming after this series. This pitch is swung on a miss. A 2-2 fastball above the zone. Mateo chased it and strikes out. 4th strikeout for Hogan Harris. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. That'll bring up James McCann. Okay, I want to blow. Who do you want to blow, the man? Oh, the game. Right here and now. We can't toy around. Swing and a miss by McCann. Just kidding. Hey now, I'm an all-star. Uh-oh. Talk about an obnoxious song. Oh, I don't know, my friend. I don't know at all. This pitch is off the plate, a curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike to McCann. 1 out, nobody on. McCann walked his first time up. This pitch is high. 2 balls, 1 strike. They're showing a lot of old school Oakland Bay Area people in the stands. And again, those are the people who I feel for with this franchise sort of evaporating before their eyes in this final summer in Oakland as this pitch is fouled away. I'm glad they're doing this. The Oakland broadcast team just between pitches showing you shots of people in their 50s or older. People you can tell have been following this team a long, long time. And this ball is hit in the right field by McCann. Butler going back on it. He makes the catch just a step in front of the track in right field. So a little bit of opposite field power there by McCann, but not quite enough. And a big ballpark. 2 down in the inning. Imagine living out in the Bay Area in the late 60s, early 70s. Between the culture, the music, the drugs, and a good Oakland A's team. I think I might have had a little bit of fun out there 40-something years ago. Gunnar Henderson's at the plate. First pitch is a strike. I should be over here, I guess. As Hogan Harris asks for a new baseball. 2 down, nobody on, top of the 4th. Gunnar is 1 for 2 on the night. Pitch off the plate outside, 1-1. Yeah, folks, come join the Discord. There's no obligation. Nothing much to do. You just click the link and you got a place to talk Orioles baseball whenever you want. There's a swing and a miss by Henderson. And the count is 1-2. Gunnar last time up, a tough AB as he looked at a called strike 3 with the bases loaded. The 1-2 is off the plate outside. 2-2 the count. I tell you what, too, when these Oakland A's teams were good, whether you're talking about the 70s or the late 80s with the Bash Brothers, or you're looking at that 2000 era team, the Moneyball team with Giambi and all those cast of characters, whenever these A's teams are contenders, I mean, you want to talk about an electric atmosphere at a ballpark. You can joke about the stadium all you want as Gunnar Henderson pops up a curveball, and with this giant foul ground area, the catcher, Langoliers, has got it for the final out of the inning. The Orioles do not score here in the fourth. We go to the bottom half. They still lead at 3-1. Yeah, when the A's are good and they packed up this giant stadium, I mean, you want to talk about an electric atmosphere. It's just sad to see things like this go. But the one thing I will say about the A's is that as a franchise, this is not new. For those that know their baseball history, the Athletics franchise, this isn't even their second home. They originated out of Philadelphia, and then back in the, I think, late 50s, maybe early 60s, they went to Kansas City as the Kansas City Athletics for only about a decade. Oakland is their third home. But it felt like home. I mean, they've been in Oakland as long as I've been alive, and I'm 47. So they've been there over 50 years now. But they'll be moving on. It's sad to see. I don't know. I see a team like Oakland with the history they have. I just feel like if they had the right ownership and if sort of the economic system was a little more in the favor of teams like this and markets like this, they really aren't. But I don't like to see this Oakland franchise go. I don't want to see it. Smud. This Oakland broadcast is brought to you by Smud. What is Smud? S-M-U-D. Some company with a logo, and I've never heard of them. This game is brought to you by Smud. All right, here we go. Tyler Soderstrom is at the plate leading off the bottom of the fourth. Left-handed hitting first baseman. Lined out his first time up. Hitting just .215. 1-0 pitch is lifted foul out of play, 1-1. Oh, yeah, great pitching. Especially that late 80s team. Let me try to guess their rotation. You had Dave Stewart. You had Bob Welch. You had Mark, who am I thinking of? This one's grounded to the right side. Mateo has got it over to first with plenty of time to spare for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Suarez doing fine on the pitch count, just 46 with one out here in the fourth. So you had Dave Stewart, Bob Welch. There's two other good names in there. Help me out here, people. And then you had that A's rotation that had, Tim Hudson, Barry Zito, and another pretty good guy back in that 2000 run. All right, Shea Langoliers at the plate with one out, nobody on, and he takes a pitch off the plate for ball one. Langoliers flied out his first time up. 0 for 1 on the night. And there's a called strike on the outside edge. Suarez might have been given an inch or two on that call. 1-1 the count. Yeah, Dennis Eckersley. For me, Eckersley was the most dominant closer of his time. Before Mariano Rivera came on, before the arrival of Mariano Rivera, to me, Dennis Eckersley was the greatest closer of all time. I mean, when he was at his peak, he was absolutely untouchable. 2-1 the count on Langoliers, unless, of course, your name was Kirk Gibson and you were batting on two bad knees in a World Series game as a pinch hitter. Then Eckersley was touchable. This ball's hit on the right side. Mateo goes into a diving stop in the outfield, gets up and throws out Langoliers. What a lovely play there by Mateo. He had to range into the outfield to get to that ball and go to ground, pop up and throw out the batter. Luckily, Langolier is not too fast. He's got okay speed for a catcher, but that's about it. Nice play by Mateo. 2 down in the inning, base is empty. Here's Zach Geloff. He had a double his first time up. Or no, he had a single and a steal. Forgive me. That's how he got to second. Storm Davis, he was on the team, but he's not one of the dominating. I'll take a look at that 1988-89 starting rotation here in a minute. As this pitch is low, ball 2 to Zach Geloff. I'm definitely sleeping on 1 or 2 very good names. And, of course, you had Mark McGuire, you had Dave Henderson, you had Ricky Henderson, you had Jose Canseco, you had Carney Lansford. There's a called strike to Geloff there. And the count now 2-1. The pitch is reached for on the outside edge, driven to right center. Cowser moves in toward the right center field area. The Cows are playing center tonight. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. And this game is starting to move, folks. We head to the 5th. It's still 3-1 Baltimore. Suarez looks like he's settled in. Yeah, let's look. Let's go with it. 88 was the year that Oakland lost to the Dodgers with the Kirk Gibson that big hit. But then in 89, that was the Oakland San Francisco Bay Area series with the earthquake. So I don't even see Dave Stewart on this list. What am I looking for here? I'll go over here. Bob Welch, Dave Stewart, Storm Davis is there. Rick Honeycutt? That can't be it. Eric Plunk? No, he was a reliever. I could have sworn there was one other big name. Maybe it's the 89 team. Burnes, Cataray, and Corsi. I'm thinking of a different name, though. Let me try the 89 team real quick. Mike Moore? Yeah, Mike Moore. Yeah, that's it. That was the guy. He went 19-11 that season. 241 innings pitched. 2.61 ERA. Mike Moore. One of those names that's just easy to forget because it's such a common name. That's the guy I was thinking about. He didn't come on until the 89 team. This was the season where, the starting pitching was just ridiculous. You had 2 19-game winners and a 21-game winner and a 17-game winner. Storm Davis, 19-7. Mike Moore, 19-11. Dave Stewart, 21-9. Bob Welch, 17-8. That is nasty. That is nasty. All right. First pitch here to Adley Rutschman is lined into right center field for a base hit. Rutschman has ended his hitless streak, which was up around 14. With a leadoff single here in the top of the 5th. Oh, I know. The innings pitched. Forget about it. Like Storm Davis got all those wins, and he only had about 170 innings. All right, looks like the A's are going to get Ferguson, the right-hander, up and loose again. He got loose for Harris back in the 2nd inning when the Orioles were looking to blow the game open. Harris has stayed out there, now into the 5th, but he has let the leadoff man on with a opposite field single from Adley Rutschman. Ryan Mountcastle at the plate. First pitch to him is ball 1. And the next one is off the plate outside. 2-0 the count on Mountcastle. The 2-0 is line foul off to the right. 2 balls and 1 strike. 96 pitches now for Hogan Harris. And I mean, Mountie, come on, buddy. They're leaving the lefty out here for you. They're leaving this lefty who is running out of gas out here for you. There's a check swing, and Mountie went around on a changeup in the dirt. Count even up at 2-2. Come on, Mountie. The A's are giving you this one on a platter, buddy. 2-2 pitch. And this one's hit on the ground, and this is going to be a double play ball. Geloff steps on the bag for one, throws to first. And just like that, the rally is over. Man, Ryan Mountcastle. Not a good result here at all. By the way, that ball nearly hit the second base umpire. He did a nice job of ducking out of the way of that one, and I don't know how the fielder was able to still make the play. Base is empty, 2 down for Anthony Santander. Folks, get them taters up. Curveball, top of the zone, ball 1. We can't do anything unless there's one tater in the chat. There's a called strike, 1-1 the count. There we go, Miss Janet Hill representing. The A's have now turned 90 double plays on the season. That leads all of baseball. Check swing by Santander, and the home plate umpire says he foul tipped it as Santander was asking for a check swing call. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tony is 0 for 2 so far tonight. Base is empty here. Top of the 5th, 3-1 Orioles. The pitch is up and in, and my goodness, Santander. I mean, he had to back out of the way so quickly. I'm just hoping he didn't pull a muscle moving out of the way like that. I tell you what, if I move out of the way like this, yeah, my back is broken. My back is just going to be stuck. This pitch is hit in the air to center field, backing up on it some, but with a lot of room out there is J.J. Bleday to make the catch. Santander flies out about 380 feet, but the inning is over. This game is halfway through. We go to the bottom of the 5th, Orioles 3, Oakland 1, and it's time for a lucky. Come on, folks. Your boy just made it through half of a ball game without a lucky. All right. By the way, channel note, I swear, and I did make a mention of this on the Discord earlier. I don't know who else really cares, but folks, I am doing everything I can to try to time and prioritize everything correctly and upgrading this channel and making everything here a better experience for you guys. One of the major additions is going to be a brand new computer with a lot more firepower to it that'll allow me to do more things and use some software that's a little snazzier. And I attempted to buy this computer yesterday, and it just could not happen. I couldn't order it, unfortunately, due to a maximum pay on a delivery amount that I exceeded by a grand total of about 30 cents, which is just ridiculous. I'm trying to get them to just be like, can you just do it anyway? It's a 30-cent. I'll give you $1. How about that? I'll give you the tip. And then I tried to pay for it with a card, and that didn't go through for some reason. So I got a computer just sitting out there saying, buy me, and I was ready to do it yesterday. I was like, all right, look, now's the time. I hit the button. I tried to order it. I couldn't do it. But here's another thing. If I don't get that new computer by the All-Star break, there is another addition that I'm thinking about getting soon, which is a soundboard. A friend of mine, play-by-play with JJ, he covers Phillies games. He talked to me about the Rodecaster, which is sort of a nice professional soundboard. And I looked at some, and they are quite expensive. But I found something else called Stream something. This first pitch to Butler is hit to right field, right at Anthony Santander for 1 out. Albert Suarez is getting a lot of quick outs here. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th on 1 pitch to Lawrence Butler. I'd like to get the computer first, but I need to get a computer of a certain quality, and if if I can't order it with a card and it's exceeding the cash on delivery, I got to figure out another way to do it. Harris at the plate now. He looks at a called strike right in there. Yeah, the soundboard I'm looking at, it's called, what's it called? Stream Track? I think it's called Stream Track. And it's only costing like $150. This one is fouled back. And what I'm thinking is that since it's an external device that I'm plugging in with a USB port, that it's not going to draw any power out of the computer, and I'd still be able to use it with this computer and have something new to introduce to the channel in time for the All-Star break. This pitch is off the plate outside to Harris. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Base is empty. 3-1 Baltimore. Albert Suarez in his 5th inning of work. He's given up 2 hits, a walk, struck out 4. Swing and a miss here. Make it strikeout number 5 on a 95-mile-an-hour heater. Suarez 2 out in the 5th. He's only on 59 pitches. Yeah, Roadcaster is the Mercedes or whatever analogy you want to use. But this other thing, you know, for my needs and at the stage of the channel that I'm at, it feels like that would be the better choice for me. First pitch to Max Schumann is popped up on the infield, and this inning is going to be over right now as Jordan Westburg makes what turns out to be a difficult catch, as he was a step onto the pitcher's mound and had to make a bit of a basket catch there. Inning over. We head to the 6th, 3-1 Baltimore. Suarez, 5 innings with just 2 hits. All right. I didn't even have time to light up a Lucky during that half inning. Jesus. Hey, on another program note, try to limit the amount of fun you poke at me for still going through round 2 of a few shirts and shorts. I got this giant pile of laundry to do, but I just got my monthly rent bill slipped under my door here a couple of days late. And since Sunday's the place I go for the washing, it's already Saturday morning here. So if I would have taken my laundry over and paid my bill, I still wouldn't get my clothes back until Monday. So now I'm just going to do it on Monday since there's no game. I'm actually talking to an audience about my laundry scheduling plans. I don't know why. I'm just making small talk. How we doing? Am I West Coast, Chippy? I'm very, very east. I'm extremely east. That's not healthy. Yeah, well, neither is a lot of shit. All right. I was born in Jersey, still live here. I like the Orioles and Ravens because my parents were born and raised in Baltimore, and they got me into the teams. That's right. All right, Jordan Westburg is on here, top of the 6th, and the new pitcher out there is Ferguson, right-hander, in relief of Harris, or Hogan Harris, right? All right. 0-1 pitch is fouled back. 0-2 on Jordan Westburg. 3-1 Baltimore, top of the 6th. Just say no to moderators. You better not say no to Ms. Janet. That would not be a wise decision. This one is fouled away. Still 0-2 on Westburg. Well, William, you won't last long here. I don't know why you would want to make that statement. The moderators I have here are very nice, very friendly, and they help me out completely voluntarily. This one's hit hard to right field. Butler backing up. He makes the catch over the shoulder on the warning track. Westberg going opposite field, but only gets to the warning track. 1 out. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing, dude. I don't know. No one's going to be on your side about that. Swing and a miss. Austin Hayes goes after Cutter. 0-1 on Hayes. He's 2 for 2 tonight with a pair of doubles. Much like Ryan O'Hearn a couple of nights ago in Seattle, Austin Hayes has sort of been a one-man wrecking crew here with the offense tonight. This pitch is just a bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hayes. Hey there, Kurt. Here's a pitch inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yes, he is the names guy. So it's almost as if our suspicions were correct. As this ball is hit into right field, Austin Hayes is 3 for 3, a base hit to the opposite field. How about that? He has half of the hits tonight for the Orioles. 2 doubles and now a single with 1 out. Here comes Colton Cowser. A Mater hater. Like, how far do you think you're going to get in a chat room saying that? 1 on, 1 out. Colton Cowser, first pitch is off the plate outside for ball 1. Cowser 0 for 1. He does have a walk tonight. Next pitch is low, 2-0. And once again, the trio of friends sitting in the stands wearing head-to-toe cow uniforms or outfits. They get another shot on the camera here. I can see in soft focus a few other Oriole fans in the crowd wearing their merchandise. 2-0 on Cowser. Hayes at first. And there's one on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. 3-1 Baltimore. Took 2 out of 3 in Seattle. And now finish up this West Coast trip with 3 games in Oakland before we head back home for 6 games. And then it's the All-Star break. This 2-1 pitch is fouled at the plate. 2-2. When we go back home, we take on the Cubs for 3, and then the Yankees come to town for 3 more. And then it's the All-Star break. Boy, how about a series with the Yankees right up at the tail end of the first half of the season. Going to be exciting stuff. Here's the 2-2 to Cowser. And that one is hit. A Baltimore chop. It goes to short. They hit second for 1. First base, no chance to double up Cowser. It'll go down as a fielder's choice. 2 away. Cowser now at first base, replacing Austin Hayes. Let me close this behind me. Mateo at the plate, 2 down. First pitch to him is inside. 1-0. Another A's reliever is making his way out to the bullpen mound to get loose as Mateo hits one high into the air to left field. Very, very high, but not going to be far enough as the center fielder Blade in left center makes the catch to end the inning. This game is moving along rather quickly. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 3-1 Baltimore. Top of the order coming up for Oakland. Hopefully Albert can give us one more shutout inning here. All right. Let's take a look here. It's the first time I've done it tonight. And yes, folks, we might need to go ahead and push for some likes. Folks, I don't bombard you with this all night long. I'm sure you're going to find most streamers out there going, hey, hit that like button. Probably about every 5 minutes. I think we're about, I don't know, an hour and a half into this thing. I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys, if you're watching right now, there's 150 of you here, and less than half of you have hit the like button. If you don't mind, it's just a thumb at the bottom of your screen. If you tap it, it helps out the channel. I promise you it does. It's not a meaningless gesture. I wouldn't bug you about it if it didn't have any meaning to it. It just lets YouTube know that this is a channel people are watching and hopefully gets more eyes. Maybe shows up on a few more people's recommendations. That's pretty much the whole thing behind the like count. So please, if you don't mind, just tap that button there at the bottom of your screen. For those that have, since I started talking about it, I really do appreciate it. Thanks to everybody for that. And as far as our sub count goes tonight, it might take a little bit of work to get to 1470. If we don't get there, though, it's no big deal. I mean, we're out west. It's a late night game. We're playing the A's. I'm expecting numbers across the board to be a little bit down on average. But I'm sitting here watching my Orioles and calling the game. I'm happy. Here we go. Albert Suarez. Bottom of the 6th. Top of the order. Blade first up. First pitch is a breaking ball. Called a strike. Curveball looked a little bit inside, and Suarez gets the call. Thank you, Mark. Here's another curve, but this one stays high, and the count is 1-1. Hey, Cleveland lost. I like that news. 1-1 pitch. There's another curve. 3 straight curveballs from Suarez. This one is fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Blade is swung on. That one's line down the right field corner, but just foul by a couple of feet. Blade just missed extra bases. Perhaps a triple down there in that expansive outfield out there in the right field corner. One ball, 2 strikes. Okay, I see. Okay, get back to the ball game. Thank you. This pitch is upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. This one is hit toward the opposite field. It gets down. That is a leadoff single for Blade. Didn't try to do too much with it. Lined into the opposite field for a base hit. And that'll bring up Miguel Andujar, who back in the first inning hit a rocket over the left field wall. 1 for 2 tonight is Andujar. He represents the tying run here. Nobody out, bottom of the 6th. First pitch, Suarez tries to hit the bottom of the zone on the outside corner, but does not get the call. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch, a bit inside, and Suarez falls behind Andujar, 2-0. Hopefully the Orioles have got a little bit of stirring going on in the bullpen in case Suarez starts to lose it here. There's a called strike on the outside edge. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, the A's have got the leadoff man on, which brings the tying man at the plate. 2-1 count. The pitch is outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. I mean, at least cut to the bullpen. Let me see if somebody's up. Actually, with that view, I don't see anybody up. There was a view of the runner at first base where you could see the Oriole bullpen in the background. I did not see anybody up. Here's the home plate umpire jumping up and asking for a timeout for the batter. 3 balls and 1 strike on Andujar. This is a hitter's count, obviously. Dangerous pitch, and it swung on and popped up. First base side. Mountcastle is there. He makes the catch just in fair ground before his momentum takes him into foul territory. 1 out here on a pop up to first. That'll bring up Brent Rooker, the most dangerous hitter in this A's lineup. 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Suarez is only on 71 pitches with 1 out in the 6th. Doing all right there, Yankee Kyle. How you doing? There's a called strike to Rooker. A changeup from Suarez. Oh, 1 pitch coming. Here it is. And that one is line foul out of play. Rooker falls behind 0-2. Dan, as soon as I get word of anybody warming up, I'll let you know. But I got one quick shot of the bullpen area for the Orioles about 3 minutes ago, and I didn't see anybody. This pitch is up and away to Rooker. 1 ball, 2 strikes. "74 pitches now there, Zach. This one is fouled away. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. I don't know, William. What's the context? One ball, 2 strikes on Brent Rooker. The pitch. High. 2-2. That was a fastball from Suarez. I hear you, Yankee Kyle. I hear you. I can't feel too much empathy for you, but I hear you. Here's a pitch, bottom of the zone on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Albert Suarez paints the edge. He Jackson Pollocked Brent Rooker on that one. Right on the corner. Down on the corner. Outie at the plate. Go on back to the dugout. All right, 2 down. Tyler Soderstrom takes one off the plate. A curveball from Suarez, ball 1. Soderstrom 0 for 2 so far tonight. Hey, hey, hey. This one's low and away. 2-0 the count. Two down, runner at first. The 2-0 to Soderstrom is off the plate outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Suarez has just hit his 80th pitch, and this has been tied for the most pitches in any inning. He's on 20 at the moment. The pitch is swung on and fouled away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Soderstrom going after a 3-0 pitch. Yeah, I would guess this will be Albert's last inning regardless. Let's just hope we don't need to pull him here. This one is hit to first base on a bounce. Mountcastle's got it, tags the bag, and just like that, the Oakland A's rally is over. Albert Suarez, 6 innings of 1-run ball in the books. We go to the 7th. It's late innings time in Oakland. Late innings on late night with the Devil. 3-1 Baltimore. 9-1-2 due up for the Birds. Oh, Yankee Kyle. Hey, I appreciate the what do you call it? The input. We got a Yankee fan hanging out here. What do you think, Yankee Kyle? We're playing each other here in about a week. You guys going to be ready for us? Are we going to be ready for you? What are we doing? I don't know. 9 minus 1 minus 2 equals 3. That's some Terrence Howard math you got there. All right. 7th inning coming up. Man. I want to get that laptop. I want to get it today. I mean, I tried to call the damn place, and they had me on hold for 15 minutes, and I just gave up. Just sitting there listening to the same looping music bed on a loop every 5 seconds. Driving me crazy. Maybe I'll try it again today. Oh, wait a minute. I might have hit that 2-hour mark. Might be nearing the 2-hour mark. I should go ahead and refresh this game right now while I'm thinking about it. TJ McFarland, huh? Is that the same TJ McFarland? What's going on now? Now that I've refreshed it, it's frozen. Oh, for the love of all that's holy. There we go. The second pitch to James McCann from McFarland is outside. I called strike 1 there on McCann. TJ McFarland. You might remember him. Left-hander. And this 1-1 pitch is fouled away. 1-2 the count. I'm assuming there's no places like Best Buy in Thailand. Dan, there are places to buy computers, but I've had better luck buying them online and just doing the research myself. As this ball's hit on the ground to third, and McCann will be retired to begin the top of the 7th on the ground ball. A 5-3 putout to begin the top of the 7th. William, honestly, if you really don't like how things are run here, what are you doing hanging out? Either, get with the program or, there's other content out there for you. Honestly. Hey there, Marcia. Good to see you. This pitch to Henderson is ball 1. Folks, Gunnar Henderson's at the plate. We go over here now. And that's a called strike on the inside corner. 1-1 on Gunnar Henderson. 1 for 3 tonight. A single, a run scored, and a stolen base. How you doing, Marcia? I'm not your buddy, William. As this one is fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. My buddies don't call me a buddy in a snarky way. That's how my buddies... That's how we roll. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 7th. 1-2 the count on Gunnar Henderson. I don't know, William. Ask yourself that, as this one's fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, now you're going to gaslight me? Okay. Dude, you're about... I don't even know why you're still here. Honestly, don't. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Low and away. 2-2 the count. Maybe worry a little bit less about chat and me and just try and enjoy the ball game a little bit. I'm going to try that. I'm going to take my own advice. 2-2 pitch is hit on the ground and through off the glove of the second baseman. We'll see how they score this one. That ball was hit very hard, but right to the second baseman. He had to move to his left some, but unable to stab it with the glove. Yeah, he should have. Yeah, that ball just bounced right off the glove. That should be an error. And it is. E4 on Zach Geloff. That's the 3rd error of the night from the Oakland A's. And there's a called strike on a curveball on the outside corner to Adley Rutschman. Marcia, I'd make you a mod, but are you used to the Charm City chat rules and regulations? I'll go ahead and designate you. Marcia and I go way back. Rutschman hits one in the right field, and this one will be caught out there by Butler for the 2nd out. All right, Marcia, just maybe go easy on your duties here and just sort of see how the other mods handle things. You'll be fine. And again, no expectations to show up all the time, Marcia, but I'm glad to see you. No worries, Marcia. Ryan Mountcastle at the plate, 2 down, runner at first. Mountie is 0 for 3 tonight. And a check on first, Henderson back standing. Mountcastle has the benefit of facing another lefty tonight with McFarland out there. And this ball is a chopper. Second base. Geloff has it over to first in time, and the inning is over. The Orioles get one on, but that's it. They have yet to add to this 3-1 lead since the 2nd inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch here in Oakland. Folks, I know we're way out here on the West Coast. I know it's late night. That don't mean we can't do what we do back home on the 7th inning stretch. It's time to throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up in chat. I don't know why mine disappear like they do, but they do. All right. In fact, I need to stretch. I'll be right back. All right. All righty. All right. Where am I? I'm over here now. Oof. Sorry for the bright light. I've got, well, all right. It is the, we're coming. I'll use the blanket here. Hold on. All right, here we go. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. Albert Suarez is still out there. Shea Langoliers looks at ball 1 on a curveball off the plate. How often has Albert pitched into the 7th? I'm on the screen now. This one is off the plate, and the count is 2-0. Jacob Webb is getting loose. It's a tradition in the seventh inning stretch at home games, Marcia. They play a John Denver song called Thank God I'm a Country Boy, and part of the lyrics talk about throwing some cakes on the griddle. Langoliers fouls this pitch away. 2-1 the count, leading off the bottom of the seventh. And this one is lifted into the air. Pretty deep center field. Going back on it. Going way back. And that ball is gone. Colton Cowser tried a leaping grab over the wall. Took his body halfway over it. But that ball cleared everything. Shea Langoliers with a solo home run, and the A's are back to within one. It is now 3-2. So we choose to bring Suarez back out for his seventh inning of work, and I'm thinking we should have been happy with the 6 innings he gave us, because the fact that he only given up 1 run was somewhat fortunate. Cowser gave it his all. And now Albert is brought out of the ball game. So, I mean, you can blame Albert, but I'm giving 70% of the blame on Brandon Hyde on this one. I really feel like we should have just come out with a fresh pitcher here in the 7th. I know it's easy to say after what we just saw, but we knew Suarez was already near the end of his line. He had put together a quality start. It still goes down as a quality start. 6 innings, 2 runs. But, yeah, we probably should have just went ahead and made this move before the inning started. Probably going to be Jacob Webb coming out. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Uh-oh, look out. What the hell happened there? It will be Webb. There he is on your screen. The Orioles have left 6 men on base tonight. The A's just 3. This is starting to get a little bit hairy, folks. Just a little bit hairy. Hey there, Jesus Shuttlesworth. I've seen you around. Maybe on Play-by-Play with JJ or Thomas Fitzpatrick's stream. Maybe Pure Adrenaline Sports. I've seen you around, buddy. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Hey, there's a shot of Jim Palmer throwing some free baseballs out into the crowd. They've got to be the soft kind. Little plushy baseballs. Look at Kevin Brown. Boy, look at the arm on Kevin Brown. Tell you what. I think he can get it up there around 20 miles an hour. All right. Jacob Webb is out on the mound here, top of the 7th. A run in already on a solo homer from Shea Langoliers. It's 3-2 Baltimore. Base is empty with Zach Geloff at the plate. First pitch to him is swung on and fouled away. Jacob Webb. This is his 42nd appearance. He has a 1-4 record, an ERA of 2.87. Opponents hitting just 186 off of him. As this pitch is above the zone for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gotcha, Jesus. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Bottom of the zone. I feel like we rely on home runs too much sometimes. I know we have none tonight, but in general, we leave a lot on base. I don't know. I mean, other people have said that, Mark. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout for Webb. Man, if he just came out to start the inning. Ugh. We better win this game. We had better hold on to this win. I mean, he could have done that to Langoliers. Geloff strikes out. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. That'll bring up Lawrence Butler. Left-handed hitter. Top of the zone and above the zone for ball 1. This goes back to the second inning. Orioles had a chance to blow this wide open and didn't. Yep, I know. I know. Opportunities were there to make this a bigger lead than it is, as this one is fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, Oakland has pretty much given us this on a platter with 3 errors. This one is fouled away. The count is still 1-2 on Butler. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 7th. 3-2 Baltimore. 27 minutes until midnight back on the East Coast. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jacob Webb. Oh, if only, if only. If only, if only, if only. And man, does the PA speakers really echo in this ballpark? As I was listening to a soundbite from the outfield's Your Love, circa 1985. Fouled away by Harris at the plate, 0 for 2 tonight. A's have a righty up in their pen. Just some dude with a blonde beard. Looks like everybody else. I don't know who the hell he is. It ain't Mason Miller. That's all I care about. All right. 0-1 the count on Harris. The pitch is in there. Called strike 2. Webb is not messing around. 0-2 now with 2 down. Pitch off the plate, low and away. Harris does not chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harris has struck out both times at the plate tonight, and he has a batting average of $1.25. This pitch is way off the plate. Man, if the last pitch was a chase pitch, that one was even worse. 2-2 the count. Come on, Webby, put him away now. No need to. All right, this one tails back out over the plate and lifted into center field. There's room out there for Cowser. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. The A's do get a run. Albert Suarez came out to start the 7th. Not sure if that was such a great idea because the first batter he sees hits it out of the park, and the A's are back to within 1. It's now Orioles 3, Oakland 2 as we go to the 8th inning. Boy. Is Grabowski a common name? I know 3 sisters named Grizzybowski or just Grabowski? Huh. I mean, perhaps in Poland it's common. I don't have any personally in my own life. What are we doing? Any other games going on right now, or is everything else final? It is late night. Late night. Wow, look at this final. Houston 13, Minnesota 12. Now that is a game, and look at that. Minnesota scored 7 in the bottom of the 9th. It was 13-5 going into the bottom of the 9th, and they made it 13-12. Out-hit Houston 17-16. Now that is a condensed game that I'm going to be watching later. Now here are the games still going on. Seattle with a 2-1 lead over Toronto. That's in the bottom of the 7th. The Padres up 7-2 on the Diamondbacks, top of the 7th. And the Brewers with a 5-4 lead over the Dodgers. That is at the end of 5 innings out in L.A. Everything else is final. The Yankees blew it late. Very happy about that. All right. What am I looking for here? Oh, I got to go back to the game we're watching. That's my problem. Here we go. All right, folks. Tony Taters is going to lead it off. Why don't we just get out ahead of this thing and get some taters up in the chat? I'll tell you what. I will start the parade. There's some tater tots for you. All right, let's see who we got out here. It's Adams. Is that Austin Adams? Yes, it is. Austin Adams is the right-handed pitcher out here now for the A's, and the first pitch to Santander is off the plate for ball one. And there's a called strike on a slider at the bottom of the zone. 1-1 the count. Adams is normally part of the setup and closing three-man strike force. Him, Urseg, and Miller. There's a swing and a miss on a slider in the dirt. 1-2 on Santander. But they're using Adams here tonight in the 8th inning. Down a run. Tony's 0 for 3 tonight. He's flied out every time up. Hey there, Rhino. He's popped this one up on the infield. And foul ground. Out of play. Folks, welcome in Rising Rhino. Another sports streamer out there. An absolute grinder. If you haven't had an opportunity to check out his channel, please do. Sub it up. 1-2 the count on Santander. The pitch is off the plate just a bit. Count even at 2-2. 3-2 Orioles, top of the 8th. The Orioles have not had any offense since the 2nd inning. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up. Catcher looking at it. Foul ground behind the plate makes the catch. A foul pop-up from Anthony Santander. He does hit into his share of those. One out here in the top of the 8th. Jordan Westberg is stepping up to the plate here. 1 for 3 tonight. And he goes after the first pitch to right field. Butler backing up, and just like the last time Westberg came up, he hits the ball deep to right field. Butler had to make the catch just a step in front of the wall. But it just goes down as another out. 2 down here in the top of the 8th. And here comes tonight's offensive star, Austin Hayes. Hayes is 3 for 3. And I'm pretty sure without checking, he has not had a 4-hit game yet this season. Let's see if he can do it. First pitch, inside for ball one. Yennier Cano is getting loose for Baltimore. So you can expect to see him in the bottom half of the inning. This pitch is low and away. Or maybe just low. 2-0 the count. Hayes is looking at a 2-0, and that is a called strike. A little help from the ump on that one. Above the zone by an inch or two. 2 balls, 1 strike. This one is low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count for Austin Hayes. Looking for hit number 4 tonight. His average is up to 262. How about that? And that one's lifted in the air to center, but it's going to be a can of corn for Blade. Straightaway center. And wow, a fist pump there from Austin Adams. You know, these Oakland A's, they don't think they're out of this game. And I'm telling you, they're using their best relievers here as if they're in the lead. They are expecting a comeback. We got to slam the door on them. We have got to slam the door on them, folks. Yennier Cano is coming out, I'm pretty sure, for the 8th inning with the 9-1-2 hitters due up for Oakland. 1-run ball game. The Hat is awake. How you doing, The Hat? What are your feelings about this? How do you want to handle this tonight? What's that? We do things different out west. What does that mean? All right, so now the hat is talking in code. I don't even know what the hat is talking about. All right. There you go. Hey, Janet, you hear that? Squeaky wheel gets the grease. All right. That's the good luck squeak. That's my rally squeak. All right. I don't know what to do about the hat. Maybe I should get a poll question ready just in case. Not submit it, just get it ready. Oh, I apologize, Janet. Come on, it's late night. I got to keep you people awake. Oh, now it's not going to do it? Now I can move it all over with no noise. Look at this. I can't tell you how this thing works. Sometimes the slightest touch and it's squeaking. Sometimes you're moving it all over the place and it's silent. I have no idea. Let's see, now it's squeaking. Just a little bit of a... Hey there, Book Doc. Shutting off chat because everything will be a spoiler. All right, here we go. Cano, first pitch to Schumann is in there for a called strike. Janet? You don't have to mail it. Just, send a certificate of authenticity. 0-1 the count on Schumann. Leading off the bottom of the eighth. The next pitch is outside. 1-1 the count. Cano out in relief. Lately, we've been seeing a whole lot of CNL Perez in the eighth inning. The 1-1 from Cano. Come on, that's a called strike. Thank you, Blue. I was worried he was not going to rise up and call that a strike. He does. Bottom of the zone. 1-2 the count on Schumann. The pitch is fouled away right at the plate. Still 1-2 on Schumann, the number 9 hitter in the Oakland lineup. J.J. Bleday, top of the order, waiting on deck. Hawk-Tua. This one is fouled away. 1-2 the count. I don't think I've ever seen it phonetically spelled out like that, O-Bird fan. But I think you've got it right on the money. One ball, two strikes on Schumann. The pitch. This one's hit back up the middle. Gunner's got it. He turns around, throws, and that one is offline. And the tying run is going to reach on an infield hit. The number 9 hitter reaches on an infield hit. And Gunner, I'm not so sure about how you played this one, man. I don't know. This throw after the spin is just kind of... It never had enough on it, and it was offline. It probably wasn't worth the risk. Bleday is up now. Tying run at first, nobody out. And this pitch is low for ball 1, folks. I might have to get that hat question up in the poll here quickly. Bleday is 1 for 3 with a single. Crowd making noise now as he fouls this one back. 1 ball, 1 strike on a 97-mile-an-hour sinker by Cano. Mason Miller is getting loose for Oakland, along with the left-hander Alexander. A check on Max Schumann. The tying run at first base. 1-1 the count on Bleday. The pitch. There goes the runner. The throw down is not in time. Tying run is now at second base with nobody out. And a 2-1 count on Bleday. It was a low pitch, and McCann had to pop up from a tough spot. It wasn't a terrible throw down there, but it was late. And yes, that takes the double play out of order. This ball's hit on the ground, and that's going to move the tying run to third. A ground ball out. A's playing small ball to perfection so far. The tying run is at third base after a ground out by Bleday. 90 feet away from the tie game, and Miguel Andujar coming up to hit. All right. First pitch to Andujar is over the plate but low for ball one. The Orioles have their infield up on the edge of the grass. Cionel Perez is getting loose right now. A 1-0 to Andujar is over the plate but low for ball two. Crowd getting louder. One out. The pitch. In there. A called strike. Andujar took it all the way. 2-1. Cano cannot get away with that location again. 2-1 the count. The pitch is hit on the ground and fouled away. Cano works the count back to 2-2 here. A huge moment in the ball game here, folks. We are in the bottom of the eighth. The Orioles with a 1-run lead. The A's with a tying run 90 feet away. One out and a 2-2 count on Miguel Andujar. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss! Swing and a miss! Oh, Dr. Yennier Cano. A strikeout when you needed it the most. All Andujar had to do here was put the ball in play somewhere, and this game is likely tied. Instead, he swings and misses. 2 down here in the eighth. And now you got Brent Rooker up there, and you're going to want to have to think about not giving him anything to hit. Well, don't throw it away, Cano. This pitch is low and away, and McCann had to leave his crouch to keep that ball from going all the way to the backstop. And remember, folks, you cannot throw a wild pitch in a stadium like this. There is so much foul ground. That ball will roll away 30, 40 feet if you let it. Want to know the count on Rooker. 2 down. The pitch. He reaches for it and fouls it at the plate. And that got a piece of McCann, who gets up and starts to walk off. A stinger somewhere in his leg. Well, looks like it got him right off the inside of his left knee. With runners in scoring position tonight, the Orioles are just 1 for 6. However, the A's are 0 for 4. 1-1 the count on Rooker. The pitch is hit on the ground. Third baseman. A tough play for Westberg to first in time. Oh, baby, what a great play from Westy. He had to get a short hop bounce while running, and his momentum taking him toward first base. He gets off the throw in time and gets the runner by a step. We get out of the inning with the lead, and we go to the ninth. It's still 3-2. Oh, baby, somebody give me a heart pill. We're going to the ninth. Bottom of the order, due up. Bottom of the order, due up. And they may be bringing Mason Miller out here despite being behind. Because that's the way Oakland has to play it. Oakland is the kind of team where if they're trailing by a run, they got to go to their closer just to keep it where it is and give them a shot. I would expect Miller to come out here and pitch. You got an arm that good at the back of your bullpen, you can't just use them every time there's a save situation, because for a team like Oakland, it's not as often. They've only had 33 wins on the season. So it's going to be tough. Bottom of the order and likely the best closer in baseball coming out here for the 9th. Meanwhile, we'll be going back to Craig Kimbrell again for what feels like maybe the 5th time in 8 days or something. A little worried about that. Yeah, it would be great to get some insurance, but man, if Mason Miller is out here, I don't know. We're going to have to do something that not many teams can do. Let's see if they've got it up here on the board. Well, they're not showing anybody here. Let's see. Oh, they are going to go to the lefty, Scott Alexander. Hey! Mason Miller not coming into the ballgame. It's the lefty Alexander. 17 appearances so far, a 4.05 ERA. And the Orioles look like they've got a pinch hitter, Ramon Urias, at the plate. Ramon Urias is on to pinch hit for Colton Cowser, and he swings and misses at the first pitch from Alexander. Interesting move here by Brandon Hyde. I guess Urias is pretty much the only right-handed pinch hitter available, but he doesn't really hit lefties any better than he does righties. In fact, he does hit righties better. This pitch is off the plate, 1-1 to Ramon Urias. There's Craig Kimbrell getting loose. Kerstead and Mayo, hell no. This one's hit to right field, and that ball is going to get over the glove of Butler and bounce up into the outfield stands for a ground rule double for Ramon Urias. How about that for a pinch hit opportunity? The A's bring on the lefty instead of Mason Miller. Brandon Hyde goes to the only right-handed bat available to pinch hit, and Urias promptly hits a double over the right fielder's head. And now Urias is going to be pinch ran for, probably for Ced Mullins. There's Ced. Because, yeah, you're going to need an outfielder to replace Cowser anyway. So Urias comes in with one job, and what a job it was. A leadoff double, putting Ced Mullins now at second base with nobody out. Here's Jorge Mateo. Let's play some small ball. As Mateo swings at the first pitch and fouls it at the plate. Come on now. Show me that small ball. This is the perfect opportunity. You've got speed at second, speed at the plate. You got a 1-run lead. You want some insurance. Get that runner on over. Oh, and 1 the count on Mateo. The pitch is a chopper, and this should get the job done on the shortstop side. He beats it out. Jorge Mateo. Fantastic. A chopper to short, an infield hit, and the Orioles now have speed on the corners with nobody out. Speed on the corners with nobody out. And folks, even a worst case scenario, if James McCann comes up and hits into a double play, at least the traditional kind, that would still get a run in. I'm not rooting for that outcome. I'm just saying. Worst case scenario, we ought to be able to cash in something here with James McCann at the plate. Gunnar Henderson's on deck, so you know Alexander is going to have to stay in the zone here. First pitch is a grounder, and this looks like, oh, they're going to home. Oh, my God, they're going to get us in a rundown. I don't believe it. The one way to screw this up, and we somehow do. And the game just froze. Are you kidding me? It froze in the middle of the rundown? Mullins stays in the rundown long enough for Mateo to make it all the way to third base. That is the only positive outcome of this ground ball from James McCann. Mateo makes it all the way to third base, folks. Don't give up hope yet. Mullins did get caught out there. I mean, you'd think the Oakland A's are going to turn two. Taylor made double play ball, but they fired home to get Mullins. Here's Henderson now. Oh, my goodness. What am I doing here? First pitch is low and in. We're over here. 1 out. Runners at the corners. Gunner 1 for 4 tonight. Just make some solid contact, my friend. Try to lift it a little bit. The 1-0. That one's hit on the ground, left side. And there's only going to be one play at first as he checks the runner at third instead of going for the double play. I don't know if that was the smartest play I've ever seen or the most questionable. Schumann, he got caught between a rock and a hard place. But he did his job in keeping the runner at third somehow. I can't believe how this inning is going right now. So McCann moves to second base. Mateo is stuck at third. There's still not a run in somehow with 2 down. Second and third, 2 down for Adley Rutschman. And they're going to walk Adley intentionally. Wow. Oakland pulling out all the stops. Bases loaded now with the free pass. And it's going to be up to Ryan Mountcastle here. 3-2 Orioles, top of the ninth. 2 down, bases loaded. The pitch. Outside for ball 1. Not close. Not close at all. No need to be too over anxious here, Mountie. Don't get over anxious. The 1-0. Low, ball 2. Ball 2. Well, if we can't figure out how to fundamentally execute some small ball, let's at least hope the A's just pitch themselves into trouble here. A 2-0 count on Mountcastle with the bases loaded. The pitch. Taken low, ball 3. Mountie never had to take the bat off his shoulders. That one was in the dirt. 3-0 with the bases loaded. You got to think Mountie is taking all the way. The pitch. Low at the bottom of the zone. Called a strike. 3-1 the count. Mateo at third. McCann at second. Rutschman at first. 2 down. The pitch. And that's called a strike. A sinker that if it caught the bottom of the zone, it only did so by a stitch. And now this sparse crowd in the Oakland Coliseum are loud and on their feet as the A's are a strike away from getting out of an unbelievable jam. Full count. Every runner will be off with the pitch. The payoff to Mountcastle is swung on and fouled off to the left. We'll do it again. Folks, grab your heart pills. Another payoff pitch from Alexander to Mountcastle with the bases loaded, 2 down. Here it is. Swing and a miss as Mountie chased ball 4 on a pitch low and maybe outside as well. And I tell you what, The Orioles might be winning this game, but the momentum right now, the Oakland side is very excited. Bottom of the ninth, Craig Kimbrell has a 1-run lead to work with, and I believe it's the middle of the A's order due up. That's right. It is the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Soderstrom, Langeliers, and Geloff. Lefty, righty, righty. Folks, where is it? I mean, I'll make this as quickly as I can. All right, there it is. This poll will end. You know what this question means. If you don't know what it means, you don't need to answer it. This poll ends as soon as I see the TV broadcast come back on. Kimbrell will come out to close. All right. Here we go. Craig Kimbrell's on the mound. Pulls over. The hat is on the head. 1-run lead. All right, folks, your boy's locked in. Treating this like it's Game 7 of the World Series. I don't care. I want this win. I know those A's out there, they're hungry. We lost 2 out of 3 to them back in late April at home. Bottom of the ninth, folks. Kimbrell leans in for the first sign. Tyler Soderstrom at the plate. The first pitch of the bottom of the ninth is a knuckle curve, and it looks like it caught the corner, but McCann couldn't catch the ball, and it goes as ball 1. Ced Mullins is in center field in place of Colton Cowser. The 1-0 to Soderstrom. That one's hit back up the middle, but right there is Henderson. Played perfectly. 1 down. Oh, my God, that ball went right back up the middle, and before they reversed the camera angle, I was about to just keel over thinking that's going to be through for a hit, but Gunnar, thank goodness, positioned right behind the second base bag, makes the play for the first out here in the ninth. 2 more outs to get. Here's Shea Langeliers. 1 for 3 tonight. Swing and a miss on the knuckle curve outside. Three to 2 Baltimore in the bottom of the ninth. That's a knuckle scraper of a ball game. This pitch is another knuckle curve. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Langeliers does not look like he can get to that pitch. Now do you mix it up with the heater? Or do you go back to the well a third time? 0-2 pitch to Langeliers. Fastball, top of the zone, called, strike 3. Langeliers locked up. Again, Kimbrell mixed it up. After a couple of curves, he comes back with the gas at the top of the zone, and Langeliers was just locked frozen in carbonite. 2 down. Zach Geloff at the plate. 1 more out. Gets us the win. The pitch. A knuckle curve in the dirt. Swung on and missed. Kimbrell has got these A's hitters off balance. in a way that I've not seen Kimmy do that often. The 0-1. Top of the zone, but too high with the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch. Up and away. Not close. Easy for Geloff to lay off. 2-1. Brandon Hyde is on his feet in the dugout with his arms folded. The 2-1 pitch is lifted foul behind the plate, and the A's are down to their final strike. One more quality pitch could get us a W. And I tell you what, if we can do it, it feels like we got away with something. The 2-2 to Geloff. Swung on and missed. He chased the knuckle curve. That was 2 feet off the plate. Craig Kimbrell comes in with a 1-run lead and sets them down in order without much of a hassle at all. Maybe the most drama-free save in Craig Kimbrell's Orioles career. And boy, did we need it. The Orioles somehow, some way, despite a lot of missed opportunities, a few base running mistakes, a few times where clutch hitting just didn't come in and work out for us, we still come away with the W. My goodness. How did that happen? And the Yankees lost. Oh, my goodness. Final score, Orioles 3, A's 2. Baltimore, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Oakland, 2 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors. Both of Oakland's runs came on solo shots. One from Miguel Andujar in the first and another by Shea Langoliers in the 7th. Austin Hayes had the big day at the plate for Baltimore. 3 hits. Had the RBI and scored one of the runs. Rutschman, not too bad, 1 for 3, drove in a run and walked twice. And how about Ramon Urias? He came on to get that pinch hit double. How the hell we couldn't get Mullins to come in and score, I'll never know. The Orioles left 9 men on base. The A's just 4. I tell you what, folks, it was not pretty. It was not convincing, but it's a win all the same. My goodness. The Orioles now, I believe, we moved to our highest games above 500 on the season, right? 24, or now we're tied back. We're back tied to 56 and 32, 24 games above 500. That is tied for our largest such lead. In fact, let me go over here just to the regular MLB page and just see if these standings are updated at all. They probably haven't yet. So we just won number 56. We're 3 games in front of the Yankees now. We're a game in front of Cleveland for the best record in the American League, although they're tied with us in the loss column. And the only team in baseball with a better record are the Phillies by 2 games. We're better than everybody else. My goodness. So, yeah, we got a matchup tomorrow. Let's take a look at it. I know it's late for you guys, and you're probably ready to get on out of here. I'm ready for maybe a bite to eat. All right, still a couple of games in progress. Brewers and Dodgers tied at 5 in the top of the 8th, and the Padres are up by 5 over the Diamondbacks in the 9th. Coming up tomorrow, and I believe this is going to be the same start time on Sunday as well. Afternoon baseball, folks. First pitch of this one is at 4:07 p.m., which means I'm going to set... I hate these weird start times. I'm going to set my broadcast time then for 3:55 p.m. That's right. Which for me will be 2:55 in the morning later on tonight. How's that going to work out for me? Don't ask. But yeah, Orioles A's tomorrow. Come on back at 3:55. It's going to be Cade Povich against Luis Funky Cold Medina. Medina with an ERA nearing 5. Let's do something. Let's make this a more convincing win, if that's possible. Okay, let me say thanks to everybody in the Charm City chat. I guess there's no, I can't really send you out to anywhere else. I don't have any Padre, Diamondback, Brewer, or Dodger friends in the streaming business. Not yet anyway, but have a good rest of your, what are we looking at? Friday night. Hey, it's Friday night, and it's late. The bars are still open, right? Go out in there and have a cold one. Think about your boy BW. And thanks to Rob and Janet, the mods of the Charm City chat. I think Card had the night off. Also, it was great to see Marcia come back in and hang out for some. And I'll just run on down the list here. Slater B. Baxter. Oh, there's Marcia. Hey, Marcia, I appreciate it. Yeah, you came out for a hell of a night playing the Oakland A's. I'll be doing the next game at 3 in the morning, Marcia. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Vonnie, Calvin, High Priest of the Church of Tea, Shantae, The Man, Obird Fan, Judy, my friend, Bass, and Gerald, Mick, Jack. Shouting out everybody I can, trying not to repeat anybody. Midnight 410, Kelstar, Kenneth, Daniel. Great win, but not happy with the hitting. I feel you, Daniel. I feel you. Hey, look, if we won that way in the playoffs, you would just go, hey, we won. Sometimes you just got to go, hey, we won. Like, if this, we don't want to start a pattern of winning like this. That would be a little concerning, but we won. And we do need to start doing better driving in runs without the benefit of a home run. I do agree with that. Coldest is here again. I think I've got a lot of you here. Calvin. I'm just trying to hit everybody up. It looks like everybody's repeating at this point. Hey, I'm going all the way back to where the poll was. That's good enough for me. So, folks, the hat. Can I just get a little bit of acknowledgement? You guys were worried going into that 9th inning with a 1-run lead after we didn't get those insurance runs. Guess who called upon the hat? That's right. And don't you forget it. All right, folks. I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to figure out a way to get a computer. I've had trouble in the past 24 hours. Have a good rest of your night, folks. This has been the Bird Watcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Once again, final score, Orioles 3, A's 2. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.